the 8th webinar of Saar's 10-week free webinar series. My name is Hamsi and I will be your moderator today. Businesses in all sectors have suffered as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent national lockdown. Small businesses that have seen their business dry up and their cash flows disrupted have suffered the most. While the going will undoubtedly be difficult, there are ways for a small business to survive the crisis and be ready to rebound when things improve. Today, we have Prabhjot Kaur, the Executive Director and Marketing Head at Saar Technosoft Pvt Limited, to further give us tips and solutions for this problem. Before we get started, let me share some information with you. Please check your audio settings in advance and make sure that you have a good network connectivity. We have enabled the chat box for you. We will have a question answer session after the presentation, and we would like to let you know that this session is being recorded. So now, without wasting much time, I would like Prabhjot ma'am to please start.
Thank you, Hamsi. Welcome all the participants and all the persons who will view its recorded version. Give me a few seconds. Okay. Once again, I just want to welcome all of you in this webinar. From the last year, we all are facing so many unforeseen situations, like working from home, having no job, or continuous lockdown. Although we have lot of family time, but as far as work or business is concerned, we have to face so many problems, so many difficulties. When we are talking about working class, it is bearing the brunt of COVID in the form of job losses, increasing poverty level, or decrease in per capita income. As a result, we all are facing a decline in our GDP. But when we are talking about small businesses, they are hardest hit by COVID-19. Larger businesses have a large scope to survive as they have a cash flow. They can survive for 3 months, 4 months, and even a year without any problem. Although at this time they also suffered, but their loss is comparatively quite less as compared to small businesses. Because the major problem small businesses face is lack of cash flow. That's why the problem is not for the business owner only, also for the employees to whom they support. So, how we can tackle this turbulent time, how we can face this situation? Is mere cursing on this pandemic or this virus is enough? Or do we have to take some action so that we can survive, we can come back and find a solution that is beneficial for each and everyone? Today, we are going to discuss, first of all, the findings about small businesses, and I will be suggesting few tactics or steps that will definitely help you in surviving. Let's start. We will be following the agenda in this section. First of all, we will discuss finding in number of sections and then steps that should be followed. They may be simple, but they will definitely give you result. And at the end, we will be having conclusion and questionnaire round. Before we start, let's have a look at the code. These so-called bleak times are necessary to go through to order to get to a much better place. It means whenever we are facing such time, such difficult time, it doesn't mean it is just pushing back. It means it is giving us more opportunities. If we think in this way, we will definitely survive. First of all, we will work on findings. It is seen that large number of small businesses have shut down or laid off huge number of workers. A survey was conducted on small businesses and it was found that number of businesses just temporarily shut down and they have laid off their employees. And many more small businesses are just completely shut down and there is no scope of job for the employees. So it has given a sudden rise to unemployment. Second take is most small businesses are extremely cash strapped. As we have discussed just now, this is the major problem faced by small businesses is that they have lack of cash flow. So how they can meet their daily expenses, how they will pay their employees, how they will handle their inventory, etc. All these are just a big problem for them. Uncertainty about reopening. As now the situation is changing day by day. Every day we face a problem. Every day we come across a new problem. Uncertainty about how we will reopen our business. Will it be of same kind? How many changes we have to do? Do we have enough cash? Something that we will open soon and something that they will never reopen their businesses. This is the uncertainty. This uncertainty is also related to virus. How much or how long this virus will last. There is no stated version that states that this virus will end till July, August, December or so on. There is no specified date by which we can say that this virus will leave our place and we will be back to normal. And most important, unsure about the loans. If we say that, okay, we will take a loan and we will get back to our work, we will reopen, we will again restart our work. Do the things will work? Do they will be in the same manner as they were? Will we be in a position to repay our loans, which is most important? Because this is not a good idea that if we take a loan and we are not able to pay, because anyone who is paying us in this difficult time should be repaid. So these are the considerations before moving further that we should consider how we will tackle all these situations. So without wasting any time, let's move to other part. As it is well said that life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must be moving. This time our balance is imbalance and we have to create a balance between our life and our professional front. How we can maintain it? Before we move, first of all, there should be a determination in your mind that you are ready to survive. Only then these findings, these steps will work for you. Let's start with our steps. First and the foremost is don't panic. Now you can say when situation is not in my control, how I will not panic. It is simple or it is very normal to panic in such a situation. But the central idea just lies in this sentence. If we are able to handle this situation, we are able to handle our business as well. Staying cool, calm at this point is very important. Take care of yourself and stay calm. By doing this, you will not only be having a healthier mindset, you will be quite comfortable with your stuff. It means you will come out with more innovative ideas, more creative ideas, and To stay cool and calm, you can do a number of things, like you can eat well, exercise well, sleep well. Most important thing is you can keep control on your anger. By practicing this, you will be thinking on right track, and definitely you will be able to find a solution. Step back to re-exit. It means considering in backward direction from where you can start. It's never a bad idea to take help of someone else or to seek the help of those person to whom you trust, because taking someone else's opinion sometimes generates a great idea to get out of any difficult solution. Then again, emotional support. As we are seeking business opinion or business help, at the same time as we have to stay cool, calm and motivated, we can seek emotional support from our loved one, because consider this thing that this is a difficult time, but it will pass soon, and then we will be back to normal. So the first step is don't panic, take care of yourself, and then move to next part. Once you have a control of yourself, then next step is staying informed. Information plays a vital role in each and everything. New information about this virus is given by World Health Organization and Center for Disease Control every day. They update information about the virus, that which version is coming, what precautions we have to take personally or in our business. That must be followed. That in addition to this, we have to always look into the mandates given by state government, so that we can arrange our business, we can arrange our inventory, we can arrange our employees in such a manner that we can we can provide updated information to our customer, updated services to our vendors, etc. The next step is adapting your business. We started with the point that first of all, we have to consider one thing, that we have to stay calm in this situation, and we have to keep ourselves updated with the information that is given by CDC or WHO or our state government, each and everyone, so that we shouldn't be lag behind. Then the next thing is whether you are ready for the change. As pandemic has changed everything, it has disturbed everything. To cope up with this, we have to do certain changes in our business and our working schedules. So what we can do? First of all, there is a suggestion that we can offer virtual services in the form of emails, messages, phones, etc. The other thing that you can try is, at this time people are taking help of online services very much, and if you have offered any online services, you can sell it at online market. So this is the time when you can attract your new customers. And to attract your new customer, you have to do certain things. What do you think that what you will do to attract your new customers? You can give them new discounts, new offers, because as the many businesses have been shut down, but the competition remains the same. So to attract new customer, you have to show some discount, new schemes so that they will come to you and your business should survive. At the same time, you have to offer new goods and services. Like when you are offering anything to your customer, you can give them free sanitizer as it is the need of time. So you have to think about this kind of thing that will work for you, that will provide you more output with your innovative ideas. You have to look around yourself and see what the other businesses are doing. You can take some sort of clue, some sort of help from your fellow businessmen. Now coming to the main point, it is the explore your financial resources. Without any financial help, we can't move our business, we can't reopen, we can't start anything. So how this thing will help? It is very easy to take help from someone else. But before taking help from someone else, it is better to check your own financial resources. Now the question arises, what kind of own financial resources we should check that is easily available or at your site available. The first one is loans available through the Small Business Administrations or loans and grants from state and city programs, loans and grants from private organizations, and past due amounts from existing customers. It means that we have to look around. What are the services we can avail? Like many MSME business loans are available, many mudra loans facilities are available. There is a startup loans, but before going to any such resources, we have to consider, are we eligible? Are we meeting all the criteria? It doesn't mean that mudra loan is available and we should go and take this loan and it will be available to us. Still, the government or any bank has to follow certain criteria that should be fulfilled. Only then we can go to these financial resources. But yet, these resources are for you and you have to use them wisely. We all are facing this pandemic situation and everyone try that they should give their input so that people can easily come out from this situation. We should support each other. To do this, government and other financial institutions some are doing the same thing. Like government is also taking initiative to support these small businesses. So if you are seeking any government help, you must have proper information and your infra or other resources should be complete, because we are reopening, but we at least the main requirement should be fulfilled. Then is updating yourself. If you want to survive in this pandemic or after this pandemic, it is very necessary to stay updated with the latest information. What type of customer base we now be following, what type of products will be popular these days, what type of resources will be given by the government, how we will be using these resources. All these things are quite considerable and these should be considered when you are opting all these things. Your homework should be complete, only then you will be able to achieve these financial resources. There is another point, that market registration. Sometimes this happens, people get their self-registered with 2 or 3 markets. Like someone is registered with Indian market as he is doing business in India, as well as in some international market. At this time, they have the option to choose between these two markets. What are the redemption, what are the other opportunities at this time is available in India for them, and in the other country in which they have registered themselves, they should consider both and avail all those services. Okay, till now we have discussed our resources part. Now it is the important thing, that we have to review our contracts and leases. How we have to review? First thing is, in this way, you have to work on your contracts and leases if you can find a midway, that no one is at loss and there is you can somehow accommodate your expenses, your contracts and leases. Then is staffing changes. As you might have heard that many companies have just laid off their employees in this pandemic, whether it is Zomato, Uber, Swiggy, and even Reliance, etc. They all have just laid off their employees, due to which many have to suffer. At the same time, I'm not saying that you should lay off your all the employees, but it is the time when you have to reconsider that what is your work flow, what are the essential employees that you should have, and what are the redundancies in your work. At the same time, you have to consider one thing, that when the economy will boom up and your customer will come up, there must be the availability of trained staff. Things should not be like this. Now you are just laying off your employees, and at the time when you need them, there is a shortage of employee, and you are not able to fulfill your orders on time. You have to consider these things in this way. Sometimes keeping your employees with you is quite beneficial, because having the right employee at your side is also a difficult task. You must keep them for their loyalty and so on, and definitely they will understand your situation, and again there will be a midway by which you can keep them, your trained, efficient employees with you. But you have to figure out what kind of employees will go with your workflow. Like we are reviewing our contracts and leases, we are reviewing our employees. At the same time, it is very important to review our expenses, as we are already short of cash, and at this time it is very necessary to review all your expenses. You have to look into the expenses which you can temporarily cut off or halt some of your expenses, and reduction in general expenses, utilities and insurance. How these all together will work? Let us consider few examples. Like if you are spending too much on cleaning and other activities, you can reduce them. They will come in their general services. If you are paying for any utility and insurance services, just talk to your agent or service provider. If they are ready to pay you some discount or some redemption, it is quite good for you. You have to consider this thing. At this time, just temporarily stop purchasing new inventory. Try to sell off whatever inventory you have. Then temporary cutting of expenses. Like if you are spending too much on advertisement and other services, you can put them on hold, because now your mode of working is going to change on. And according to your working, you have to switch to other advertisement platform. Like if you are shifting to digital medium, then you have to now choose the advertisement medium as per the online marketing. You will be spending on social media and other services. So this time allows you to rethink about certain things. It is very important to consider how to create a safe working environment. To do this, what we can do, there are the few options that you can try so that you are working and keeping your and your employees safe. You can allow an option to work from home, like you can allow 60% workers at your premises and 40% from work from home. As we discussed that there will be a staff reduction, reducing storefront hours. Like it is not quite necessary that at the moment you should work from early to late night. You can reschedule your opening and closing hours of your store as per the need of your customer. As you can see that people are coming more in the morning and less in the evening. So you can shift your working hour in the morning and you can keep your shop close in the evening. There is no need to open it in the evening. At least we can do such thing, or you can say we can just take this prevention to avoid the spreading of virus. Then is maintaining a supply of cleaning product, gloves and face masks, etc. to your employees. Hygiene, which is very important. You make sure that your employees are following all the protocols so that there is not even a single chance that you are spreading a virus and just because of you anyone is getting infected. Important. As we always say, communication is the key to success. So at this time, when people are working from home, you are not working 100%, you are opening for few hours. So what to do? In this case, your communication will be your best friend. But how to communicate? In any situation, try to be in touch with your customer. It doesn't mean that you are selling just you can now communicate with them for general occasionally, but try to be in touch with them. It is the time when we can stand by each other and grow collectively. In this, for communication purpose, social media is playing a vital role. It is our best friend because everyone these days is using social media and it is quite comfortable platform to stay in touch with your customer or even getting new customers. So what if you don't have any social media platform, you have not created any such kind of thing earlier? This is the time when you can use this platform and engage with your customer and with new clients. it is never a good idea to capitalize this situation. Like when we are suffering, when we are having such kind of virus, we are having this pandemic, we should capitalize. But it is the time when we have opportunities also. This time you have to rethink, is your business is worth doing? Because if you are not able to survive, so how you will face if anything like this happen again? How you will survive? You have to rethink about this situation. Think about your customer. Are you ready to tackle them? Are you ready to fulfill their needs in the changing scenario? Digitization. People are shifting more on online platform. Are you ready for it? Are your businesses is good enough to be sell on digital media? You have to reconsider all these things. Implementing technology. As you shift to digital medium, you have to work with the technology. Are you ready to move with the technology? Are you ready to adapt all these changes? These things should be figured out. So if you think about all these opportunities, if you think about all these things, definitely you will find a way. You can consider like this. These are the simple steps. Like some of them you might have heard so many times, but have you ever considered them seriously? Have you ever tried to implement in your business environment? If not, at least give it a try and then see the result. And finally, at the end, we are at the conclusion that in any situation, we have to make a plan. We have to think. We have to be creative. We have to be innovative and follow some steps to come out from this situation. Then, overall, you should work with your employees as a bond. Like you all are a family and you should work together, keeping all things in your mind, considering each and every part and following all the protocols. You have to work together. Just keep in mind, your employees are your biggest strength. Above all, your positive approach will help you to come out from this situation. If you think that you can, definitely you will come from this situation as a shining star. It is up to you how you take things. And at the last, if you have any question answered, I would like to answer them.
I request you all to please write your questions in the chat box.
Yes, there is a question that things are still so uncertain. How can we move forward? Do you think there is certainty about anything in our life? Uncertainty is a part of our life. Things will remain uncertain. So, can we sit idle? Not at all. We have to move forward. We have to take steps. We have to come out from our holes and took it as a challenge, and definitely you will get results. Okay, you are a restaurant owner. How can I think of overcoming this situation? Sooner or later, you will definitely get out of this situation. One thing is that people are offering home deliveries, without touch delivery, and this way now you, yes, of course, I agree with you that things are not like normal like earlier, but definitely things are keeping on track, and soon our restaurants will be on their own track. But till then, you can follow what we can say, home delivery, without touch delivery, and but because this is the thing which is quite sensitive, and most important thing, people are really like to dine in restaurant. So definitely soon, very soon, you will get results. Okay, the very good question. The pandemic fast track the use of tools and strategies such as digitization. How can I learn using digital methods such as e-payment, computer basics, etc.? Yes, of course, we also discussed this thing that in our webinar that people are shifting to online platform, and so to be familiar with the digital medium, you have to use e-portals, and it doesn't mean that you should be quite efficient in this. You can't do each and everything yourself. You can take services of the anyone who is efficient, who will train you about these services, who will who will create a website for you, any app for you, and then these are user-friendly services that you can use. It doesn't, digitization doesn't mean that you have to create. You are using inbuilt tools and that you are using. Okay. Very relatable question. You are also a business owner. How much have you been affected due to this pandemic? Some live inspiration, please. Great. Definitely, we are also affected too much due to this COVID. We are into training and into development. Earlier, we were used to seeing a lot of people at our center in our institution. Every day we came in contact with so many students. From the day this pandemic has been started, all, as you know, institutions are just closed, like the restaurants. Now you can relate with me. Things just shifted to online medium, but you can't get the same output that you get from face-to-face content. But life must go on. You have to find a way. Either you can set idle or you can move forward. We find out a way by which we just remain in touch with our client. Creating a webinar, conducting this some sort of information is a way by which we can remain connected with our customers, our followers. That's way. At the same time, we are able to get feedback from them, whether we are doing something wrong or whether we are doing something right. This way, it is some sort of more inspiration point, some innovation point. We are also in a learning phase. We are also learning all these skills. Every day we face so many problems. Every day we have to find a solution. But yes, of course, we are not ready to sit idle. We just want to find a solution and keep going, whatever the situation is. And this is the thing that I just want to say to each and every businessman. Yes, of course, there will be so many problems, but it is not a good idea to sit idle. Go ahead. Yes, of course, difficulty will remain, but we will find a solution. Thank you. Any other question?
I think we have covered all the questions, ma'am.
Okay. I think
you want to share before we conclude?
Yes. To all the participants and to all who will watch its live recorded session, I just want to say one thing that you might see some flaws in the webinar, or you can say that it is not up to the mark, or these things we are listening so many times. But the thing is, have you tried anything? Just try at least one thing and then mention that thing in comment box. And one more thing is this: don't be afraid of moving forward. The future is bright. Try a little harder to be a little better, and all the best from my side. Because I know you can, and you will definitely do each and everything to make your business successful. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. If you have any other questions, doubts, or anything else, you can just simply you can mail us at info@saartechnosoft.com, and we hope that you enjoyed this session. In case you joined late or you have missed something, remember that tomorrow on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. IST, we are premiering this webinar on our YouTube channel. So you can search for our YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and search for Saar Technosoft and you'll find there. You can also watch the previous recordings over there. Now, on the behalf of Saar Technosoft and our presenters, thank you for joining us today and have a great day ahead. Also, don't forget that next week we have our cloud computing webinar. You will get all the details in your mail. Thank you, everyone.